carry us forward. We will, Bezos Hashem, see the face of Medrash, and carry to Yerushalayim.
Sabayis David. Arei mimcha Adonai ki di lisani v'lo yisimachta yivayli. Adonai Eloi hoi shivati elecha vatir poeni. Adonai Elisa min she'el nafshi chisani miyar divair. Adonai Elohai Igadati ayayim la'Hashem Elokecha. When one reaches a milestone, one has to be makir tov. One has to express appreciation. We express appreciation first and foremost to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to God, whose kindness has accompanied us, our Kehillah, to this day, to reach this day, when we were able to be mechanech, to dedicate this beautiful Beis Medrash. We express appreciation, Higadati Ayoim, to those who came before us. Express appreciation and recognize that we're here because there was a Rabbi Yisrael Tabak who built the Shari Zion congregation, followed by Rabbi Joshua Shapiro, Zichronim Livracha. We express appreciation, and I and my family particularly express appreciation for Chomi Umayri, Rabbi Baumgarten, who built as well this congregation. And we wish that they all could be here to see it, and that we could see them seeing it, and we could see them have the nachas from seeing us reach this milestone. We are makir tov. We express appreciation, of course, to the family of Bernard and Ruth Schwartz, who made this all possible, and to all who joined them in making this possible. All who joined in participating in this dedication. We express appreciation to the Steffner family and Malot of Baltimore, whose shutfus, whose partnership made this larger project possible, and who are so much a part of what this shul and what this building does in many different directions. And if I may single out and express appreciation to Yitzi Kreder, who has worked day and night in making this project come to reality in every aspect. But most of all, the one to whom we have to be makir tov, the one to whom we have to express appreciation in human terms, are to Bernard and Ruth Schwartz. To Bernard and Ruth Schwartz, whose name this Beis Medrash carries and will carry. Because it was Bernard and Ruth Schwartz, Bernie and Ruth Schwartz, who through their lives, through who they were, through what they did, they inspired their family to the beautiful commitment and the beautiful initiative which they have taken to make and to build this Beis Medrash as the crown jewel of our shul, of our facility. Bernard and Ruth Schwartz were themselves builders of Torah when it was far more lonely in this country, in the United States, to be a faithful and committed builder of Torah. They built Torah in their community, and they built Torah in the beautiful, magnificent family that they established, that continues their values, and that builds Torah, each and every one, in their own way. When I look at this Beis Medrash, and had a chance to spend a lot of time looking at this Beis Medrash, hopefully a fraction of what I'll be able to look at it near Hashem in the future and over the years. Although I probably should be looking in the Sefer more in the future when I'm in Beis Medrash. When I look at this Beis Medrash, I think of three things. Just the physical structure of this Beis Medrash. This Beis Medrash is regal. It's dignified. All the aspects of it. Kulai Omer Kavod. It all speaks of the honor of Hashem, of the honor of the Torah, of the honor of Klal Yisrael. Kulai Omer Kavod. And that's a quality of Bernard and Ruth Schwartz. I didn't know them as well as perhaps some other people knew them. I knew them later in life. But I knew them as people who were so dignified in their bearing, so regal, such people of class, people that validated what Chazal say that Kol Yisrael b'nei melachim hein, that the Jewish people were all princes and princesses. And we should carry ourselves as such. And they did. And they inspired their families to carry themselves as such. And they inspired their families to build something that carries that elegance, that dignity, that regal quality, which is what the Jewish people are to be about. It's not only regal, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful room. I think that Ruth Schwartz's favorite word was beautiful. It certainly is a favorite word of her children. Beautiful. To appreciate yofi, the beauty of something. The beauty of something physical, but far beyond that. Just all that's beautiful in the world. All that's beautiful in something like this. A bunch of people crowded together, excitedly dedicating a room that Be'ezus Hashem will be filled with Torah study. Crowded, late, the rabbi keeps talking, but it's just still beautiful. It's beautiful. And that sense of beauty, to be surrounded, to be inspired, to be somehow carried by a sense of beauty. And the third quality that I look at and feel in this room is warmth. It's a big room. It's a much bigger base medrash than we ever had before. But it's a very warm room. I don't know what it is, whether it's the colors, whether it's the shape, whether it's everything together. But there's a warm feeling in this room. And there was no one as warm. And warmth is not just warmth of the right hues and the right colors. Warmth is the warmth of togetherness, of Avas Yisrael, of the love of family. A warmth which reaches out to people like they reached out to people. Like they taught their family to reach out to people and to reach out to each other. I know that there was nothing that delighted them more than the warmth that existed amongst their own daughters, amongst their children. A relationship which is just a model of how Sheves Achim Gam Yochad, more or less. How brothers, sisters can be together, can be so close. And that certainly is part of their legacy and part of why this room, that Be'ezus Hashem, we hope, will be a room of the greatest expressions of Sheves Achim Gam Yachad, of coming together with beauty, with royalty. This is a Beis HaMedrash. You know what a Beis HaMedrash is? Beis HaMedrash isn't a shul. It's not the same thing. It's not just a bigger room for us to daven in during the week, because Baruch Hashem, we were getting very crowded in the previous Beis HaMedrash. The Beis HaMedrash and this Beis HaMedrash will have lots of tefillas and prayers happen here. But it's primarily a Beis HaMedrash. It's a house of study. And it's built as a house of study. We've learned lots of Torah in this building. We've davened lots of tefillas in this building. But you've listened to a lot. And a Beis Medrash is where you don't come. Sure, there are shiurim in a Beis Medrash. But a Beis Medrash isn't built for shiurim. It's not built to listen to lectures. It's built for each and every one of us to study ourselves. It's built for each and every one of us to sit down in this room and open a sefer with a chavrusa across from us, with a group of people together studying. This is not a room for passive learning. This is a room for active involvement and engagement in the Torah. And for us, that's our next step. We have to grow. We don't have to grow in numbers. We have to grow in quality. We have to grow in engagement. I know that the greatest nachas for the family of Bernard and Ruth Schwartz is that they have been zocha, they have merited to be able to put their beloved parents' name on this room and to see it become a center, a hub, where we will come and we will sit and learn. And we will all put ourselves into it and create that warmth. Es vohev besufa. The Gemara says that when two Talmidei Chachamim, or two students of Torah any, sit and talk and learn, and they argue with each other. They don't listen one to the other lecture, but they argue with each other. So we are reassured, as vohev besufa, they'll love each other in the end. And usually this is understood as, don't worry, they'll be arguing with each other, they'll be yelling at each other, they'll look like they're fighting with each other, but in the end, before they leave, they'll, so to speak, kiss and make up. You know, they're all going to be happy with each other, despite all the arguments. Rav Hutner, the Kohen Levracha explained, no. As voev besufa, because when two people sit, and they talk together in Torah, and they study together Torah, and they engage in Torah, and they build with each other, they build together. This one argues, and this one understands and counter-argues, and together they come to a deeper connection, each and every one of Torah. They love each other because you love someone who helps you build something together with it. Here we are to build together in this base marriage, to build with Torah, and to build with Tefillah. Mishnah Berurah, in Simareish Chav Gimel, Sif Katan, Yud Aleph, writes, when the Shulchan Aruch says, Bona Bayis Chadash, you build a new house, even if you had one before, you make a bracha of Hatay V'Ametiv. Writes the Mishnah Berurah that the same is true when the house is a house for many people. And there, each one should make that bracha. V'Alkein, and therefore, Kol Shabanu, Eikonu Beis HaKnesses, a shul, a community that built or constructed a Beis HaKnesses, a Beis HaMedrash, Yamay Shliach Tzibur, V'Yivorech B'Kol Ram, Hatay V'Hametiv, Lo Hetzi Es Kulam. The Shliach Tzibur should stand and make that bracha to help everyone fulfill their obligation. If you could please stand for a moment. Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Ha'olam Hatoiv V'Hametiv. Amen. You can be seated. Bernie Schwartz loved to sing, and he would get a bunch of people, he would see a bunch of people standing together in a dining room or in a hotel lobby or something on a Shabbos, and he would gather around and they would start singing. And we like to sing when we daven too. So tonight, we're crowded together. Be'ezus Hashem, we should have the most beautiful couple of Shabbos. So please, Be'ezus Hashem, let's do it. Let's be mechanech. Let's dedicate the Beis HaMedrash in the most beautiful way.